Alright, let's go into the nether. I will probably want a clean ender chest. So let's put down a couple chests. So this is my ender chest. Let's take anything we don't want to take with us. My vote box, well, I said that already. Darn it, they moved the buttons around again for mobile, for share and host. Fun. Yeah, they, there's a new font. Huh, interesting. All right. So, we want to take some of the stuff with us. Or at least not remove all this stuff. So Silk Touch, it's gonna hurt, so I'll leave it there. This one we'll hold on to, because we might want that when we're cruising around the nether getting quartz. So I'm gonna start with just digging in the wall, but then I might change to, now I'm trying to remember is it more compact? Because I actually want the quartz block. So I believe if I fortune it right away and then combine them all, I think it's actually more efficient that way compared to, what are the words I'm thinking of? Compared to silk touching it. It's better to fortune it and then turn it into regular blocks, I think. So we'll go that route. I have plenty of food. We will want Silk Touch in the bar for now to get rid of this chest. Oop. Okay, good. Switch back to Fortune. And hit up the nether. I guess we don't need... Well, that might be handy. And I always keep my bed on me. We don't need this. Coal we might want. Okay. We don't need this stack of wood. Okay. Thank you for the host. Little Spooky and JJ Bunsy. So here's my thoughts. So before I was digging through here and kind of digging around in the top. I think I want to go to some far off place and then start digging around there. Try and find like regular nether. So what I want to do is probably go the witch farm, which might be over here. And run along that tunnel for a while and then dig into the wall. Witch farm, okay. Also to the desert. Interesting. So I'll go to the end of this and then dig around, start with a branch mine a little bit, and then potentially, if I run into regular nether area, switch over to that. I should have brought gravel with me. Oh well. Thank you for the tweets, by the way. Appreciate it. Okay, so then the witch farm is there. So let's just go this way. So I'll come back and close up that door later. But so I want to go this way a little bit just to get away from other areas. And then we will turn and go this way. So let's just do that. Good, we already found some quartz. So we're gonna get some quartz, and this will be for, right? I was also thinking quartz possibly would be involved with the roof. I don't know that for sure, but I think that's what I was kind of envisioning. So it'd be glass and quartz and an arc over the top. Would be the mall roof. Trying to watch for one thing. I'm pretty good at reacting to the lava. But I always worry that there's going to be a hole here that drops into a big abyss. I was worried about that. So yeah, so I think what I might do, yeah, so I could just get the code even if I don't get their address. In fact, it might be easier if I just don't get their address, because I don't have to worry about like what the thing says that ships to them. Like, does it say my name? Does it, whatever. So. Okay, so I should just buy the card, 2-day it from Amazon probably. Actually, that reminds me. So we're gonna have a topic in a second. Let's say, yeah. So I will get the card first, and then I will do the giveaway. Sounds good to me. So there's a stronghold down there. And a big hole. So let's not fall down there. So I got my Amazon Echo. Very quiet. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me a little bit. We'll try 12. And then we'll see how that sounds. So I got my Amazon Echo. Can we get... Not really. And it turns out, like, part of my plan is I wanted to do, like, a smart home stuff. So my first plan was I was going to get an Echo and a Fire Stick for my TV. And that would be my first two things that would interact with each other. But it turns out that is not the case. The Amazon... yeah, they have to add them to your Christmas list cards. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Could possibly adjust for us in PBS also. OBS. If I were to adjust that, it's because it's just regular desktop sounds. And if I change it, it changes it for, like, a bunch of stuff. And so... like that would also adjust, I'm going to assume that that's just going to drop me down. That would adjust that also Discord stuff. So I already have Discord, like for recording with you, Scody, already customized to where I want it. So I don't want to mess with that, which is why I did it just directly to the game. Because if I mess with that, then if we record, then I'll have to go through a bunch of back and forth of trying to fix it all. Because in OBS... I would like to have just volume controls on each thing, like per scene, that are independent, but that's not really the case. Like what I really want to do is on my intro and outro scenes, I would like desktop audio to be muted, and then just play other music. But that's not an option as far as I can tell. If I mute it on that particular scene, it mutes it for everything. It's kind of silly. Alright, have fun with lurker mode. So yeah, so my Echo... So my Fire Stick TV, if you're not familiar with this device. It's like a... kind of like a Chromecast, although it doesn't... I don't think it does the actual casting that the Chromecast thing does. So in that regard, Chromecast maybe is better. But this other one has a remote that you can push a button and up Netflix. And so it seemed like it would make sense that once I got my Echo... I could just say, you know, Alexa, open Netflix. And it would just work. But, even though it's... You can do... Oh, wow. Glad I didn't... Oh, I guess I dug down. So there's not very much floor below me. Keep that in mind. So it's very possible that there could be a hole opens up to drop me down into... There we go. See, good example. Let's work our way up a little bit. It makes sense to me that I would be able to speak into my Amazon Echo, and then it would just work. I would just see, oh, okay, well, there's a smart device, my own product, and I should just work. But you can't. For some reason, those two things don't interact with each other. It's really weird. Either I'm doing something wrong, or, you know. So, I can play music with it, with my Amazon Echo, which is cool. I can ask it about dog trivia. I can ask about the weather, things like that. I can actually, there's some pretty cool programming stuff I can do, where I can, like, say a certain thing, and then it will send a request through IFT. It'll send a request to a certain URL that then I can have my own programming do whatever. So I can also do things like, I have my own grocery list website that I wrote. And then Amazon Echo has its own grocery list stuff as well. What I can do is I can make the grocery list... I assume we don't want to go this way. How big of a drop is it? I can survive that. Let's go down below. Let's see if we can die. Let's look at our coordinates. Just in case I die. So we're going to go up here. And go. Okay. So let's get the stuff up here first. So I can do things like, if I also have my own, I am actually using a different app for the to-do list. So to-do list is a little easier because I use Todoodle. And so that actually has integration with IFT. And if you're not familiar with what IFT is, it's a if this, then that. So you can program sort of reaction. So if something happens on a whatever, then you can have it do something else as well. And so you can do things like if I add something to my Echo to-do list, automatically add it to my Doodle or thing. So then what I want to do is, because there's not integration, my website isn't integrated with IFT, but I asked Gopher about it, and he was telling me that there was the maker is an interface thing you can choose. So I can make it so that the new things added to a grocery list would automatically be sent to a URL, and then with my programming I can make that be consumed and put on my other grocery list thing. So I usually would grab that stuff, but no, I guess I'll grab it. Because there's and I can still touch it, but I don't want to switch picks, and this will be the same result anyway. So yeah. Anyway, so I've been bummed and happy with my Amazon Echo. I really want to control my TV because I don't want to keep track of this little tiny remote that the dogs will kick underneath the couch. But oh well. So I have to go that direction. I don't want to get too lost. Oh, there it is, right there. To use the remote and say turn it, because it can already turn on the TV itself, change over to whatever app, do all these different things. So I feel like I should be able to just, and I'm assuming it can control the volume too on the TV. That maybe not actually be the case. And my TV is pretty new, so it's like I'm gonna buy a new TV just so I can have my voice control it. So I don't know. Anyway, that's my rambling about my Amazon Echo. But yeah, so for my the giveaway, my plan is that it's going to be for just all of my followers. So if you're watching now and you haven't already followed, I haven't actually run the who's going to get it yet. So you're still actually eligible, even though you're not one of the 250 people. So, for what it's worth. Alright, let's grab some more. That's still the way out over there. I need lots of quartz. There's plenty around. It's a little bit dangerous to be out and about in here, but there's a lot more surface quartz than there is digging around. I consider the Fire TV. Yeah, I have. So I had a Roku. And then our TV itself has some stuff built in, so I never used the Roku, so I actually gave it to a buddy. And then we bought a Chromecast because I wanted to be able to do the Chromecast from computer to TV. So I use that for some stuff, like a Daily Burn. My wife uses that. She uses it on the desktop and then casts it over to the TV. And so I already had that, and I have built-in smart stuff into my TV, which actually, those apps are kind of out of date, so there's a lot of bugs with them. So I'm really glad that I'm not using that anymore. My, like the Netflix app would frequently have problems where it would like do weird zooming junk. So I'm glad I'm not using that anymore. But anyway, so then just for the sole purpose of integrating it with, I guess there's other things I can integrate with too as well with the Fire. But now I have a Fire, and the main thing I wanted to do is be able to control it through my Echo, which I can't do. Oh yeah, that's part of what it was, is that I really liked. I saw it at Scody. Scody had the Chromecast, and I thought it looked pretty cool. So that's why I got it. Let's not go over there. Let's just get this. So anyway, so I bought it, and I can't use it for what I wanted to use it for. But I think I still like it. I still like the fact that I can do a lot of things on it, and then because there's so much stuff that's going on in there, and it's hard to figure out like what's going on, I can use voice commands. I kind of like that idea. After Siri and now Alexa, I like the ability to just say stuff. That's the future. So I want to get to that with all kinds of stuff. I would ideally not have to worry about remotes anymore, but I do. So hopefully, maybe they'll put an update out. I don't know if they have any intention of doing that, where you can control their own product from their own product using voice commands that are already built into both systems. I think this is the way I want to go. Yeah, over there. Okay. I love my Chromecast. Never had. No, I haven't. Yeah, so that's the. I can use Netflix through the Chromecast, but I've never done that. The only thing I use Chromecast for is just computer to TV. I was always using the Samsung app built into my TV stuff. Although it seems like all that stuff was kind of out of date, and it's a newer TV, but I kept on getting things about like, end of service, whatever, blah, 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 junk. So it might be old enough where like they don't really maintain it very well or whatever. I don't know. So whatever. But yeah, so I have so now I'm using my Fire Stick for everything except for Daily Burn, which isn't me, it's my wife. I'm too lazy to do that. She's a better person than I am. All right, let's get some more quartz. I'm not comfortable with Alexa always listening to me. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's always listening. So's my phone. I mean, if I use the keyword that I'm still not going to use because it'll start reacting and stuff. But I'm gonna ignore those. If it's always listening, but it's not always. I think it's not always sending it out. It's only sending it out if you start with. So if you say, Alexa followed by anything, then it sends it out to the internet, and then some computer out there is listening to what you say. But I think that it's otherwise not sending it out all the time, because that would use up a lot of your internet, I would think, to constantly be sending out. Could be wrong. But I assume with at least your phone, if you don't start with her name, then I feel like it doesn't send it out. Kota, welcome to the stream. Also, I've been speaking with Scody, but I don't know if I said, Scody, welcome to the stream. We are getting quartz and glowstone. I think actually Silk Touch might be faster in this. For some reason I feel like the act of it determining if it's going to give you, like how many of these it's going to give you, even though it's always 4, might actually slow down the mining process. Might have to think about that. I thought about it. Okay. I might try it out the next one, see if it's faster. Yeah, avocado. I considered changing Alexa's thing to be a different phrase. There's a drop down. It wasn't a free field, so I'm not sure if I could do. What I wanted was computer. I wanted to say like, computer lights, and then like they turn on. But is that what? All right. Side topic. Welcome, J. Cole. We're getting some quartz. Where's my way up? So I don't lose that. I've lost it. Where am I? Oh, look, I took coordinates. Yeah. Is that over there? Yeah, okay. Over there. Okay. We're getting some quartz for the rail station. So I think we might head down now. Let's take a look to see how far down we want to go. We should also probably... Alright, I think we'll go down to this layer here. And then we can put down some torches indicating that this is kind of the way we want to go. There, an arrow, kind of. Computer, tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yeah. How about style? I don't know what that means. I haven't seen Demolition Man, I don't think. Is that the Sylvester Stallone movie? Pretty old. Yeah. Yeah, so yesterday after I got, you know, I was messing around with the Echo. Oh no, I'm stuck in a block. Can I convince you to let me out? Okay, good. There. And so my wife likes Eminem. So I was like, you know, Alexa, play Eminem. And then it just started playing. I don't know where I got the music from, but it started playing it. And then she was like, okay, now make it stop. I'm like, you just tell it to stop. I don't actually know what all the commands are, but I'm assuming if you just say, stop playing music, that it'll just stop. So, let's kind of mess around with it. I got, there's a Seinfeld trivia skill. So instead of apps, they're actually skills. So I got the skill for that. My wife's better at Seinfeld trivia. It turns out. I already knew that, but... Alright, let's grab all this. Well, I guess we'll head down this way. Oh, I see, yeah. Who's Scody? Is that what you meant? Is that what you said? Or who's Scody? This actually should come with... Oh, I see. Yeah, I got it. I read everybody's comments out of order, so it didn't make any sense. But now I'm with you. I forget what movie that's from. Is it Demolition Man? Are we on the same... Or is it still the same topic? I guess I kind of remember that. I remember it not as much from the actual movie, but like from a, you know, internet culture thing that people don't always know the references to. I gotcha. Like, I don't know if I've ever watched that movie, but I've seen that scene before from something else that was like filling you in on stuff that you might have missed. Who Aptron should I do? Scody Patron. Okay, I was like, Aptron. I don't know. Is that like a Tylenol? If you are choosing one person, my recommendation would be Scody. Although now he actually has a... He's now no longer... Well, I don't know. I guess he's still full-time, but... I would still say if you had to choose one, I would go Scody. Or if you wanted to, you could see, like... You could even it out. So, whoever has more, maybe, would be another way of looking at it. But that's my suggestion I gave you before, was... Basket, because he is pretty smart. He is pretty and smart. Oh, wow. I was thinking I was pretty smart, but there's an and in between. I don't know if that was an accident. Let's not go by him. Let's just not go over there. I mean, I could take him. I could just shoot him a couple times and he'd be dead, but... Yes, why not both? That's possible. Yeah, I mean, if financially it doesn't work for you, then obviously that's probably why. I've been, the hard thing with Patreon, like I'm a patron to a bunch of people, but it's hard, like, if I become a patron to somebody, and then, like, I'm trying to, like, adjust how much I'm being a patron out. This isn't just about you, Scotty. No. Then it's kind of like, I feel bad about not being a patron to him. So, like, I have a couple patrons that might be the case, where it's like, I mean, it's their choice. They can do whatever they want. But I worry that they are still a patron because they don't want to offend me by not being a patron anymore. Sort of thing. I don't know. I could just be overthinking things. That's what I tend to do. So I still want to go that way to get back. How about this? You're both awesome. He's as pretty as a little girl. That's what it tells him. I gotcha. You can stop being my patron. I know. It was more of a joke. I didn't. All right. It's more like I might, depending on my, like when somebody streams, right, anybody can stop, exactly. No, it's more like depending on my schedule and then somebody else's schedule. I might be watching their streams all the time. And so then I become a patron or a sub of theirs. And then my schedule or their schedule changes and now I can't really watch any of their stuff. So then it's sort of like, well, you know, do I still stay as a patron because I want to support them, or do I stop because I'm no longer really able to like watch their stuff? So anyway, that's but so anybody who feels like they would like to not be either become or not become a patron of mine, that's fine. I will understand. I guess is the point of this long rant. But this is I'm reminding of courts, so there's plenty of time to rant. Or ramble, I guess. Boop, 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 boop. Scotty is actually crying at the thought. He doesn't want to say. Let's safetify this area a little bit. So still that way. That's how we got back. Let's work our way away from the fortress. So if anybody has any details about a beam party at PAX South, let me know. I would, or like even just the meetup would be cool. Oh, this whole thing is a fortress. That's unfortunate. Oh, here we go, quartz. This feels like a, yeah. Not much of a protective area over here. Let's see if, okay, no. I don't really want to go in that fortress. Can I get any of that? No? Ooh, I got some. And this guy. Okay. Want to hear something sad? I'm gonna miss. Oh no! Well, you'll have to have an unbirthday party. That's even better. Smaller time. But it's more important to have a job. So, because otherwise, it's hard to have. I mean, you can have a birthday that doesn't cost any money and it'd still be awesome. But if you have money, then it's easier to have birthdays that are, you know, have cooler things like pizza. Pizza had food and more food. Alright, so I think it's still over there is where I have to go. Let me pop down here. Yeah, combining the stuff together, my inventory I'd already be full by now, because I'm fortuning it and then combining them. It's actually not lasting, or it's not filling up as fast as it usually does. So this is kind of more efficient way of doing this. First time ever for either boy. Well, it'll be pretty close. And from what I know, your kids are pretty understanding. So I'm sure it'll be all okay. And their favorite parent will be there anyway, so it's fine. It's a joke. Let's go. Where's his guest? No, okay. Yeah, I won't worry about that. That one might be good enough. Burn. Talking about the nether? Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, let me, yeah. Actually, this might burn up my quartz. Alright. So my, last night, after the 4 a.m. letting the dogs outside, because they wanted to go out for some reason, came back and then Milo, one of my dogs, they're both pretty big. He was in my spot, so I had to kind of push him over. But then we were sharing a pillow, and he like breathes really loud, and his actually was on this side. His snout was like right in my ear. It's pretty loud. I had to rotate. I had to like turn to the side so that he wasn't keeping me away from breathing in my ear. Because it's the joys of sharing a bed with a dog. That's gigantic. Maybe we'll get it up before it falls. Alright. So there's still the exit there. Maybe we'll try going this way for a little while. See how well that'll work. I think Scody's mad at me. We can create a bunch of drama. Dinner time. Alright. Well, thank you for stopping by, JB Warsmith. So yeah, it's pretty relaxed. Nether. Nether's pretty safe. I mean, sometimes there's lava, but even then, I probably have fire gear on, maybe. I mean, there could be a hole that would drop me down pretty far. And then plus lava, which might be enough to kill me. Or if it drops me into a lava lake, that might do it. Although I have ender pearls, so I might, if I'm able to react fast enough, I could potentially ender pearl out. Maybe. Not mad. Okay, cool. So the exit is still behind us, but we'll continue into this area over here. Let's grab the stuff up here. Had to write how interesting I am. Let me count the ways. Alright. Yeah, we still haven't planned out, Scotty, when you'll be visiting me. I'm sure that isn't really high on your priority list. I got all this junk for you that I want to give away. I can't argue with the favorite parent part. Oh yeah? Whoop. That's always good. There we go. He asked, He asked for ages of my kids. I said 13. I said 10 and 1. Either one. It is high. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. A mobile delay. You're responding to the question about coming up this way. Okay, right. Cool. I have a dream that one day the mobile delay will be not as bad. Will be like beam delay and not Twitch delay. Alright, let's go over this way. Exit's still that way, I think. Oh, Jace. Okay, sorry. I thought... Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering why you picked one for yourself. It was in... I don't know what that means. It was a Ugnaught. Ugnaught, not an infant. I wish quartz wasn't so quartzy and like take forever to get. It's on the TVS patron server. I'm using bone blocks. It's a lot nicer. It's not. You don't have. It's not quite as versatile, or at all. But it's still, at least for what I needed on there, it worked out, and it's lighter to get. I know exactly what an Ugnaught is, and I'm shocked I have a fiance because of it. I'm really confused. Is this a Doctor Who thing? Because you live among the clouds, Kota. Okay. Star Wars. I know Star Wars. What's an Ugnaught? I don't know. I don't know that word then. I should know it. I am fairly versed in Star Wars. Basket, I am lost to. Yeah, I know Star Wars, but I don't know what you're talking about. It's also possible that I'm not connecting seeing the word with the thing. Open a jar by modifying the main deflector array and creating an inverse tachyon pulse. That's one way to do it. So what's an Ugnaught? Kota. Remind me of what it is I'm forgetting from Star Wars. Or Scotty, but you'll be able to beat him because you're on a regular delay. A little pig dude in the Cloud City. Aha. I gotcha. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I guess I didn't know what it was called, so that's probably why I had no idea what you're talking about. Alright, let's go this way. It's something you might get from like reading the book, but I don't read, so. In the movie, I feel like they didn't say what he was. Hello, Pigman. So still that way is the way back. Some more down there. Let me try to stick to the high ground. We're being a nerd and reading Wikipedia. Yeah. Okay, so this is Oh, I can go around this way. Maybe. Oh. This could get dangerous. I'm gonna go the other way. The whole falling in a lava lake thing I was talking about earlier, that could happen over there. You don't want that. Let's grab this, and then maybe we'll start heading back, possibly. See if we can get some on the way back, so we don't get too far from our return, because I want to be able to get back there before the end of the stream. Otherwise, I'll forget totally how to get there and be lost forever. Learn it from the back of my action figures. Aha. Yeah, I didn't have those. I had G.I. Joes. My brother had a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but that was slightly before my generation. I guess I'm what's known as the Oregon Trail generation. I think is what this one article I read was talking about. This one. We can get some here. And then I think this is on the way back still. So. Yeah, I had G.I. Joes. My brother had a bunch of Star Wars stuff. But my particular generation was more G.I. Joes, I think. I never owned a... but I never had my own Star Wars figurines. Okay, let's head back up so we don't get too low. Okay. I think that way's my way back. Maybe. Let's grab this quartz. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I never, I watched Thundercats. And Transformers a little bit. But I never owned a Transformer. Besides Optimus Prime. But that was later on in life. And then G.I. Joes I had lots of. I was really into that. Watched that quite a bit as a kid. So probably that direction is where we want to go. We'll see. I have the coordinates in the screenshot, just in case. Okay, cool. Yep. Actually, that's the point right there to get up. Cool. Let's go this way. Barbecue was pretty awesome. Yeah, I remember barbecue. I don't know who my favorite was. I liked Tunnel Rat. That was pretty cool. Both for his technique and for I think his character was cool, if I recall. And I was like, my brother had cooler G.I. Joes than I did. He had, I mean, I had some pretty cool ones, but he had like the hovercraft and stuff. I used to play with that some. I used to play with his toys until I broke his Zorana, and then he didn't want me to play with his G.I. Joes anymore. So he actually had this big like this huge blue wooden chest that he would put a padlock on to keep me away from his toys. Because I would break his toys, I guess. I don't think I intentionally broke that one, but he still didn't like it. I always use jokes that I did the voice of Snake Eyes. Oh, right, because he just doesn't talk. Well, I think he doesn't talk in the movie. That's not right. I don't know if it's canon. He missed Noghide and was sad. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I loved my Zartan figurine. Yeah, he was the one that would change colors, right? No idea. Yeah, he turned. Yeah, that and like there's a couple related. Like my brother had like some. I forget if it could fly or if it was like a watercraft, but then it also had like glow in the dark related stuff along with it. I thought you were gonna touch the glowstone. No, I decided I didn't want to change pick. Oh, you're right. I was gonna do that experiment. Okay, well next time remind me. I want to see if it breaks faster. Like if it sort of breaks like glass. If I use silk touch or not. Okay. Let's grab this. How's our time? A little bit of time. You shooting at me? I feel like that fire wasn't there before. Maybe it was there. I guess it's kind of a long ways to shoot. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that quartz too. Why not? And there, our exit is now that direction. Zartan had all the accessories. Yeah, I liked, I was really into, like, the Cobra Commander, yeah, Cobra Commander, like, movie. I had that on VHS. I used to watch that a bunch. And then, like, all the related characters that were sort of involved in that storyline. I was really into. It was back in the day when you could have toy guns. Do they make G.I. Joes still anymore? I don't know. You can't just bring them. You can't bring them to school, probably. All right, so we're gonna try this now. So silk touch. No. Okay, so it's not any faster. Right, not now, but give it a year, and then everything will be okay. You can bring guns to school. All right, no, sorry, not getting political. Friday is not the end of the world. All right, let's go this way. Oh, goodies down here. Okay. I actually saw a gas for the first time in forever. Hello. Hello. Come back. Yep. Not the end of the world. Just as I... yeah. I guess I should wait till the lava goes away. Okay. But you'll never take our freedom. I'd like to get this quartz, please. So how about that city named sports team? Yes, I love that city named sports team. They're amazing. So actually, I like hockey. I actually know a little bit about hockey. Not the professional stuff, really. But so the Joe Louis Arena is on its last legs. They're going to be replacing it with whatever they're calling the pizza, the Little Caesars pizza place. We were saying it should be called the Pizza Arena, but I think you're just gonna probably call it Little Caesars Pizza Arena or something stupid. But it'll be the. I don't really watch the Red Wings hockey anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me a lot. I watch the local college hockey, which I guess I don't really need to be vague about. But the Ferris State hockey. Yeah, Ferris State hockey. I watch them. I have season tickets to their stuff. Alright. Let's work our way back. Hello, Andy. Welcome. Let's go up here. Maybe there'll be some more stuff on the way out. Maybe. It might just be nothing over here. Waiting for Scotty and Basket to read emails. Oh my goodness, is there a new thing? Here, let me, let's stop right here where it's not very safe. Yeah! J. Cole is a new patron. You have dethroned Cut Glass. Hold on 1 second. Let me, I have to manually update that one. That one I don't have a cool API thing plugged in for. Top. Settings. J. Cole. Any numbers after that or just J. Cole? Let's double check. Just gotta double check. Yes, 786. 786. Actually, you have it in all lowercase? No, we don't. I want to get it right. All lowercase. I can't see chat right now, so hold on. If you're typing anything. Does that update? Yes! New patron. New patron hype. If it is what I think it is, be Jerry Cole. I got the email right away. I don't know. What server? I am on the Hypermine server. Okay, dot dot dot. And if you're wondering, well, you know what the Hypermine server is, but anybody in here that isn't familiar, here's info on the Hypermine server. Let's go ahead and work our way back. And after the stream, J. Cole, I'm assuming that you... I actually didn't look at the email. I read the subject. Let's actually... Should we grab that on the way out? Let's grab this on the way out. I guess I was going to avoid getting this, but... I can take a look, double check the email, and then send you details on the server. Oh no, Reddit! Actually, do we have a website now? That might be an old thing. Do we? Or some talk about it. I could link to that instead. forget. Let's go. Do you know if we have a website? Should I update the command? All right, where was the other? There was some more. This direction. Yes. I haven't actually been posting. I had an automatic post thing using ift to that form, but it's since stopped working because of the way that my RSS feed for my stuff works. Oh well. So we got quite a bit of quartz on this trip. Pretty good job. Let's actually... Oh no, just stop down here. I was gonna say we could just already stay up there, but... okay, that's good for now. Let's go ahead and go back up. Right here. I didn't put the... I didn't. It might be due to differences in... Yeah, I have mine still... I have mine permanently on the upfront payment thing. I figured it's... Instead of having people wait... Alright, we'll just sprint. We're not sprinting very fast, but I'm gonna drink some water. Oh, and actually, do I still lit up? Oh, no, never mind. No, it's gonna say the wrong thing. Oh, I wish I could tie it in. I wish StreamJar had a Patreon plug like connection thing. That'd be kind of cool. So I could automatically change that text, play some sound effect, fanfare, stuff like that. But oh well. Thank you, Jacob. I think I've already asked you, but you're not going to PAX South, is that correct? So I'll go ahead and head back. I'll end out the stream. I'll close up this hole like it never happened. Team BS. Just got a Jacob. Yeah. Boop boop. Never happened. Actually, maybe I'll... Well, it's not my tunnel. Maybe I'll do I'll do this. In case somebody wants... In the case somebody we want to continue on through that route or something. Yeah, new patron. So I'll head back with this stuff. Drop it off and... over here? Maybe? I feel like this might not be it. Esquivel, place of things. Place of things? What? Yeah, I think tomorrow, I believe tomorrow is streaming from the Patreon, from the Team BS Patreon server, so should be cool. Let me put this stuff in here for now. And then tomorrow we can come back to that. Not tomorrow. Next time around here. Put all this in there. I guess we'll put it in the other rack. Grab all this stuff. This stuff goes back in my inner chest. Just so I don't forget about it. So it was this stuff. Right? And then this is also in that. I don't know why that was in there. Okay. And this. And this. Okay. And then I want this hook touch to break it. Boop. Okay. Good to check. Hi, welcome to Stuff Town. Might play on. Work nights. I've never had. When I was at the help desk one time, was I a nights? I don't think I never actually had a nights job myself. So, but I'm from what I understand from my wife had some night stuff. It was kind of a. It's hard to work around stuff. Hard to work around a schedule like that. But there are advantages. So then, like you'll be doing grocery shopping when nobody's there, sort of thing. So there's advantages and disadvantages with it, as my understanding. But yeah, so thank you, J. Cole, for being a cool patron. And thank you everybody else for coming. This is the end of the stream.